Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
I am Supersonic Charlie Maverick, and you're watching Cheap Shot Entertainment.
This is awesome!
Hello and welcome to Cheap Shot Entertainment. I am your host Luke and I'm here with
Martin.
And it's been a while since we've been in front of the camera reviewing a wrestling show. The wrestling shows that we go to have been few and far between recently, or we've not been able to get to them in order to review them. Luckily there has been quite a lot of WWE stuff. Obviously I'm not doing the NXT UK stuff anymore, but we've got lots and lots of stuff coming up in October to keep you happy and keep watching the show. But this one is for Aspire Wrestling Alliance. It was on the 29th of September 2019 and it was at Sinfin, at the Sinfin Community Centre, a venue that we know, getting to know quite well. Been to a couple of shows there now, and it's a decent little venue, and Aspire make the most of it in that venue as well. But what we have for you today is a fantastic show. There's been a few debuts in this show as well, with Charlie, what's his second name? Maverick. I wanted to call him by his proper name, but we're talking about wrestlers now. It's Charlie Maverick going against Jack Sparta, and also the impressive team of Frey and Castle as well, going against Lightning Lewis and Jordan Lee. Think they've tagged before, but in terms of what I've seen in tag team competition, this will be their first tag team match as a tag team. Seen them in the Battle Royal, which was won by Jamie Flash in July, who has a match on this card as well, and for the Aspire Wrestling Alliance Championship. But yeah, overall really good show, really impressive action that we have for you at Aspire on that day. So if you like the video, please join us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out the blogger where there's a link to the t-shirt shop. You can choose your colours and support the show. Don't forget to ring that notification bell and like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you've got any suggestions for us to do reviews, we've got access to the WWE network and other things as well, so just send us your suggestions and we'll endeavour to get those done. But in the meantime, this is for the Aspire Wrestling Alliance. This is from the show on the 29th at the Sinfin Community Centre. Without further ado, we're going to get into the main part of the show.
The first match was a singles match, and it was between the malicious Paul Malin, and he was against the one half of the Fallen, Azrael.
Angry Panda in singles competition in this one, and for someone who is a tag team specialist, I thought he did really well in this match, especially against someone like the malicious one, Paul Malin, who has a wealth of experience throughout the wrestling community as well. But I was really impressed with Azrael in this match. Really impressed.
Quite a few good moves. See how usually he comes out with Striker, but he wasn't with Striker today. So maybe that gave him like his own freedom to just go at it. Yeah,
and the strikes that these two were exchanging throughout the match, there was no pulling of punches here. They were heavy strikes, and it would be Paul Malin who would get the upper hand in the early part of the match, but Azrael, being the character that he is, did get back into it after sending Paul Malin into the post, and managing to get the upper hand on the more experienced wrestler in this match. But like I say, like you said, Azrael was here on his own. There was no sign of Striker, so he was fighting for his team on his own, and he did a fantastic job, which I've already said. But it would be Malin who would use all of his experience and cunning in this match before the action spilled outside, which is when Azrael pushed Malin into the post and would continue the beat down for several minutes afterwards, outside the ring, inside the ring, and basically getting a good amount of work in this match. But it would be Malin who would pick up the victory in this one with a submission move. What kind of submission move was it?
It was a crossface.
Yeah.
And about 5 seconds, or maybe even less, into the hold, Azrael tapped out. So your winner.
Yeah, Paul Malin is your winner via submission, tapping out Angry Panda, who incidentally was very purple.
Yes.
In this one, so he's more like a purple tiger.
Yes.
Hidden dragon, purple tiger in this match. But yeah, he showed that he can hang with the best of them. I'm really impressed with Azrael in singles competition. We have a talking segment next. It would be Jamie Flash and Ronan in the ring. Classy Kyle Gibson introduces Jamie Flash to the ring, who says that he needs this victory. He needs the Aspire Wrestling Alliance Championship, and all of the hardship that he's gone through, all of the pain that he's had to go through, would be worth it to pick up that championship on this very afternoon against Ronan, the champion of 2 years, I believe, at Aspire Wrestling Alliance. So he's going to be difficult to knock off that perch, but moving forward, obviously Malin does have a number one contendership for the championship. What would happen during this segment?
So after the segment of the bit where Jamie talks, we hear Ronan's music, and Ronan, without his boyfriend Steve, just by himself, walks down to the ring and hops in, and talks to Jamie. And I forgot what about.
Yeah, he basically puts Jamie down, saying that he's nowhere near the level of Ronan. He's not going to dethrone him. He's not even a contender for this championship. Nowhere near the level of a 2-year champion. This is followed swiftly by a unrespectful slap to the face of Jamie Flash, and Jamie does retaliate, doesn't let that faze him, does retaliate with a hard forearm, sending the champion scurrying to the back as Jamie Flash comes out on top in this early part of the afternoon, having all the momentum going into that championship match later on in the show. So we get the other half of the Teenage Trailblazers now in a match against Rourke.
Now this is a very, very good match. Rourke mostly taking control of Xander Palmer, but then there was an odd occasion where Palmer did get on top of Rourke and did some of his own moves,
including a spinny DDT thing, which was a reversal of a power move from Rourke, which was very impressive. Video on Facebook, on the Xander Palmer page and the Aspire Wrestling Alliance page. Little clips there from the weekend's action if you want to pick that up as well. Rourke, of course, coming out with his cup that he won in Sheffield, the Interpromotional Cup. He won that for Aspire back in, I think I was in August actually. But yeah, really impressed with Rourke. Been impressed with Rourke for a long time anyway. Big guy, can move, has lots of power moves, but he can also move around that ring like a cruiserweight as well. And in contrast, you've got Xander Palmer, who is very much a high-flying competitor, but every time he tried to get a move, Rourke would counter that with his sheer size.
Yeah.
And the mismatch would tell towards the end of the match. But what happened during the end of the match? Rourke would be on the verge of winning this match when there was an interruption.
Good at that. The match sensation Anonymous came into, and Rourke started asking why he was here and everything, and then he punched Rourke, or was it the other way around? I forgot. I think it was Anonymous punched Rourke, causing Xander to Palmer win by DQ.
Yeah, so what would happen is they were having the argument, and Xander Palmer would get up and try and, I don't know what he was trying to do actually at this point, because he was a bit groggy. Maybe he was trying to get everyone to get along, just being the guy that he is. It would be Anonymous that would push Xander Palmer out of the way, and the referee would deem that as a disqualifiable. Is that a word?
Yeah.
I don't know. Answers on a postcard in the comments section down below. It would lead to the referee seeing that as a DQ finish, and Xander Palmer would pick up the victory over the big man, Rourke, in this one via DQ. He would be pretty much dragged out of the ring at this point. He was absolutely decimated, but did show the odd flash of inspiration during the match. I think a complete mismatch on card and a complete mismatch in the ring. But again, someone I've been really impressed with at Spire Wrestling is Xander Palmer, and the other half of the Teenage Trailblazers as well. Jamie Flash, certainly two up-and-comers, two wily youngsters in the Aspire Wrestling Alliance, and the future is bright for the tag division as well as the singles division if both of these two continue on their path to greatness. So we get a tag team match next. It is
United in Violence, who are the tag team champions, against the formerly new team, Diamond Dave Andrews and Joseph Cardinal. You don't usually see them two paired together, so
no, and it would be coming together to fight a united foe for these two. Two guys who are no strangers to tag team competition, of course DDA being one part of Battle Squad Awesome, with Danny Chase. I've just got to mention that for Christy, who probably will be watching this video. She's very much a Danny Chase fan. And of course Joseph Cardinal, before he was unmasked, was one half of Border Patrol,
yeah,
with Michael Rothrock. So two guys who got no shortage of experience in the tag division, but never tagged together, and they were very impressive as a tag team, and they took the champs to the absolute limit in this match. But United in Violence are on an absolute hot streak at the moment. They've defeated all competition, including being in gauntlet matches, and still coming out on top of the tag division and walking away with those shiny tag belts. Sorry, titles. I'm not allowed to call them belts. They don't hold your trousers up. Let's face it, wrestling is people not wearing trousers but fighting for a belt. So you like that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, it wouldn't be an easy match for the champs, even though the experience edge would be with them. With United in Violence, I couldn't really keep up with this match much.
It was a bit crazy.
It was crazy to start off with United in Violence, Bully Boy Carter starting in the match against DDA. DDA would play mind games with Bully Boy Carter, as Carter would be very proud of the little offence that he did. And it would be they would get the better of Joseph Cardinal and DDA in this match, but the challengers did put up a good fight in this one, and both teams had key moments. It would be Diamond Dave Andrews and Joseph Cardinal who would isolate I think it was John Allen's, wasn't it, for quite a lot of the first part of the match, and it wasn't until a distraction that United in Violence would get the upper hand, isolating Joseph Cardinal in this one. But yeah, the opening moments were just insane, and like it was quite funny. Obviously, Diamond Dave is always a laugh when he's in a wrestling ring, and Joseph Cardinal just goes along with it. Tremendous worker as well. So yeah, they both isolate their opponents, cutting off the ring. United in Violence would get the upper hand, but just as the challengers managed to split off the champions, it would be Bully Boy Carter.
Yep. I forgot what happened. Okay. So Cardinal gets on, caught on top of Bully Boy Carter, and he threw him. Oh yeah, he threw him into a path of flying John Allen's, and then who hits a leg drop. As you can tell, I don't know what I'm talking about. To retain the championship. So John Allen's and Bully Boy Carter won.
Yeah, so they retained the tag team championships quite convincingly against Joseph Cardinal and DDA, and we thought that would be the end of that tag team alliance until Diamond Dave Andrews got down on 1-0. 1-0. It was 1-0, and they are 1-0 down actually. He got down on one knee and proposed that they continue the partnership that they had worked for in this match. So we're probably going to see them in the future as they develop as a tag team. But you've got to believe they will in the future have another number one contendership match, because they were very impressive as a tag team in this one, taking the champs to the absolute limit.
So the next match was Michael Rothrock, who was actually Jack Sparder. So Mike's music played, so we all thought it was going to be Michael Rothrock, but then out came Jack Sparder and started laughing about, saying that he fooled us all, and he was against the newcomer, the supersonic Charlie Maverick.
Tell you one thing, he couldn't fool the crowd into thinking they had a man bag, because that was definitely a handbag.
Yes, it was. Adidas branded as well.
So Spardo would come out alone to this match. He usually has Jacob Page, the Right Honourable Jacob Page, along with him by his side, screaming at the fans with his little sign saying no, and everyone saying yes, and then he'd say no. But yeah, he was a notable absentee from this show, especially by the side of Jack Sparder. Charlie Maverick would come out as well, alone, wearing his cape and his supersonic ring entrance, and everyone was like, yay! So he was making his debut, and quite an impressive debut it was as well. But it would be... Whoa! It would be the two opponents, and they would be... they're both in unfamiliar territory here. Jack Sparta is out on his own without his wingman, and obviously Charlie Maverick making his singles debut in Aspire Wrestling. Very much a feeling out process for both guys in this one. But it would be the experience edge of Jack Sparta that would come out on top of this one, and showing his opponent very little mercy as he gets the victory and hits a reverse Death Valley driver for the win, taking out Charlie Maverick in the process and picking up the victory. So what happened after the match?
Jack Sparta at the last show, just going into a bit of history, Michael Rothrock and Jack Sparta had a match, and I believe it was Jack Sparta who won, and he stole the bat that Michael Rothrock comes out with and ran away with it. So he's got the bat, and he came out with it at this show, and he attacked Charlie with the bat at the end of the match, and he had a really big red mark on his back. No mercy at all shown by Jack Sparta in his rivalry with Mike Rothrock, and of course to his fallen down opponent in Charlie Maverick, attacking him with the police baton that Rothrock brings out with him to the ring. Of course, Rothrock was on the sidelines with a little injury which he picked up in that last match that he had, where Jack Sparta acquired the baton. Yes.
But we then go on to the next match, which is a tag team match.
Yep.
Scheduled for one fall. And it is
Jimmy Frey and Max Castle, and they wrestle as 5 Star Express. And they are against Jordan Lee and Lightning Lewis, and I'm not sure if they've got a tag team name. Everyone just shouts Lightning and Lewis. No. Jordan and Lightning Lewis? I don't know. You need to go to a spotty show to hear the chant.
Yes, exactly. Only £5. Get your tickets. Next show is on the 13th of October, and it is at St Martin's Church in Allenton. You can contact them on their Facebook page to order your
advertising
tickets.
For you.
We always try and promote the promotions that we go and see on this channel. This is why we exist. This is what Cheap Shot Entertainment was based on. This is why it was started in the first place. And so we've come a long way since a year and a bit ago, and we're gaining some traction. So it's nice to once again get back to those roots and start promoting the promotions around the East Midlands as well. And hopefully we're going to be doing some stuff for Turn Babyface, so check those reviews out on there. Frey and Castle came into this match and quite a lot to prove.
Yep.
They haven't had a match tag team wise that I know of in Aspire on a main show.
No, they've had a few tag team matches before, like on the Fun Days, but this is a newer face then on the Fun Days, so they've changed attitude since then. And
very much change of attitude.
And then I've had their main show debut, and they are a really good tag team. So Jordan Lee and Lightning Lewis are a really good tag team as well.
Yeah, and they've definitely got the experience edge here. They fought against each other, they fought standing side by side against opponents, so they know each other inside and out, and that would tell in this match as it would progress throughout the show. And Lightning Lewis and Jordan Lee would certainly prove that they are a very formidable tag team during this match as well. Used their experience edge to put their opponents away. They used a divide and conquer tactic with Frey down on the outside. It would be Max Castle who was isolated, and it would be Lewis that would hit a
twist of fate on Castle, whilst Lee would hit a vicious curb stomp to defeat, I think it was Frey who would even move, the Frey who's in the ring, and to defeat Castle and Frey. So on their debut they lost, but maybe they could come back and manage to get another win.
Yeah, so they were defeated, but they were strong in defeat. 5-Star Express,
Yep.
is that their name? The 5-Star Express. So very much a formidable tag team. Obviously, as the experience comes, they will become better and more experienced with finishing matches off. But for the most part of this match, they definitely proved their worth in the tag team division, which is building up to be very, very good. Got lots of tag teams in there that are very, very capable of taking those championships away from United in Violence. But you have to think that with Jordan Lee and Lightning Lewis looking so strong in this match, that they would most likely end up getting a #1 contendership, a title match,
Very, very soon.
very soon. And I would look forward to seeing that, because I like both these guys, and they've been around for quite a long time, and they definitely deserve a little bit of a push. So we have an interlude next. It is the Shauna Shea Shauna Fitness System, which basically consisted of vegetables.
So to start off with, she put out a basket of vegetables and started giving us some facts about about what it does and if it's helpful or not.
Vegetables.
There's celery, broccoli, and I heard someone say in the audience it was a pickle with an afro. So whoever said that's just amazing. So I definitely found it funny.
Pickle with an afro.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
And there was a carrot.
Carrots.
And I can't remember any of the vegetables. I think it was just them three.
So we're continuing from the Shauna Fitness System. Unfortunately, I had some sound issues, which means that Martin will not be present for the rest of the video, but that means you've got me instead. I don't know whether that's a good thing or not, but we're going to take you through the rest of what happened. There's only a little bit left. Thank you to Martin for being part of the video. It's only when I got to the editing part that I realised that the sound had disappeared. So yeah, that was quite annoying, but we're going to take you through the Shauna Fitness System. So as Martin has already said, he went through the kinds of vegetables that Shauna brought out for us. Shauna Fitness System. I got a piece of celery. I for one wanted to see the Shauna Fitness System. I was not angry that she stomped on the sweets in the middle of the ring, because I'm trying to lose a bit of weight and things, and sweets, they're my kryptonite, and they make me, anyway. So the Shauna Fitness System breaks down. Cherry Sky comes out, stops Shauna from attacking Archie, the young fan who was introduced into the ring, and given the press-up challenge. Cherry Sky comes down, breaks that up. There's a little bit of a scuffle there. Scarlet Page comes down, breaks the scuffle up, and says in no uncertain terms there's going to be a 6-person intergender match on the 13th at St Martin's Church. £5 a ticket. There is 2 shows. There's one in Kirkhallam as well. It's £5 for one show, and it's £8 for both shows. So if you want to see both of those, go over to the Aspire Wrestling Alliance page on Facebook and get your tickets. So that breaks down. Basically, both ladies are invited to get 2 partners each, and there's going to be a 6-person intergender tag. Of course, this could be a 6-woman tag, or intergender, of course. Speculation on who they're going to pick, I don't know. Maybe Hannah James, maybe Luna Rox is going to be there, maybe Kyle Kingsley is going to make an appearance. DDA, Joseph Cardinal, all these people could be involved, but that's what we've got. So we've got a match for the 13th at St Martin's Church in Allington, and after the sweets have been given out to the crowd, and I've eaten my celery because I'm good, and I like celery. It's good vegetable, and I'm just going to have a drink of tea. We go on to the main event. It is the Aspire Wrestling Alliance champion, Ronan, and he is going against Jamie Flash, the adrenaline junkie. He's gone through a lot to get to this point, and we're really looking forward to this one, as was everybody else. He'd really got the crowd behind him. With his little speech about how much he needs the Aspire Wrestling Alliance Championship. And for all accounts, he gave a fantastic match with Ronan. I would have expected there to be a little bit of respect at the end of this match. There was not. Ronan keeping up his bad character and just leaving Jamie in the middle of the ring. But Jamie didn't go down without a fight, and the action actually started before the bell even rang. Jamie Flash was making his entrance. Ronan had to come out and attack his younger opponent here to get the upper hand. He was obviously running scared after that little confrontation earlier on in the afternoon, but it wasn't long before Jamie got the upper hand on the champion, the more experienced Ronan, and had him running with his tail between his legs to the outside once again. And after several minutes, the champ does make a comeback. After Jamie does come back from that initial attack, the champ does make a comeback. He bosses most of this match. Jamie, you just cannot keep him down. He is the adrenaline junkie. I don't know where he gets it from, but he gets it from somewhere. He digs deep down, and every time we thought the match was finished, Jamie dug down from somewhere and got a kick out, comeback, you name it, it was happening, and it took a lot to knock this guy down. Very much looking forward to seeing what he can do in the future. I wonder if this is going to be the precursor to a singles run for both Xander Palmer and Jamie Flash, whether they're going to stay as a tag team, the Teenage Trailblazers, and try and go after the AWA Tag Team Championships, try and wrestle them away from United in Violence. But by all accounts, both guys gave a real good account of themselves in their singles matches, and both fighting uphill battles in this one, because Xander Palmer was going against Rourke, came up short there, but did win the match by DQ, and Jamie Flash unfortunately succumbed to the fireman's carry powerbomb, which he did kick out of, and the twisting DDT, sort of Sister Abigail style. And Ronan does get the clean victory. No sign of Sweet Stee anywhere as well, so this was a full clean victory. But like I say, Jamie did not go down without a fight, and it's been an absolute pleasure to watch Jamie Flash over the last couple of months. He's really just gone from strength to strength to strength, eliminating Jacob Page to earn the championship match in the first place a couple of months ago in Sinfin in a battle royal. So he defeated essentially 29 other people to get this opportunity in the first place. So that was really, really cool. It was a great moment, and and it was around about his birthday as well. So It was a good birthday present for him. Put up a good fight. Ronan knew that he was in a battle in this one. The crowd were absolutely raucous as well, and I've always said that a wrestling show, a wrestling match can be made or broken by the reaction of the crowd, and Jamie definitely had the reaction of the crowd here, and so did Ronan. Ronan did his part as well, the crafty veteran that he is, and put on a fantastic match, one of the best matches I've ever seen in Aspire Wrestling Alliance in the short time that I've been watching them, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Jamie Flash can do next, and it was definitely worth the 2-month wait for this one. And I always said that I was going to go and support Jamie in this one as Cheap Shot Entertainment, as me, as Luke. Gotten to know him reasonably well over the last couple of months. So yeah, it was nice to see him and all that hard work pay off for him. But ultimately, Ronan walks away with the championship. Who is his next opponent? It will be most likely be Paul Malin. He still holds the number one contendership after winning his Battle Royal. I think that's probably going to be at Destined for Glory 3, and that's going to be most likely at St Martin's Church as well. I don't know the ins and the outs of it. News when it happens, and you can watch it right here on Cheap Shot Entertainment. But yeah, Jamie has definitely proven that he's worthy of a singles run, worthy competitor, hanging with the best in the company, and Ronan knew that he'd been in the fight, and it was just a fantastic match and an overall fantastic show. Certainly the main event match was brilliant. The tag team championship match was really good as well. Xander Palmer did a really good job against Rourke, and that obviously led to a different storyline between Anonymous and Rourke, which had been going on for quite a while, and finally we're getting somewhere with that. The Shauna Fitness system could have done with being a little bit shorter, but ultimately drove that storyline forward, and just overall a really good show, really good family show. Yeah, if you are in the Derby area, go and support Aspire Wrestling Alliance. They do a lot of really good things for the community of Derby, and obviously they're wrestling trainers to boot. So if you want to go and learn how to wrestle, you want to go and learn the ropes, I'm actually thinking about going myself and seeing what I can do for them. And for myself as well, it's always good to get, go different ways in terms of your fitness. So I'm thinking about doing it and joining their ranks, so to speak. So yeah, if you want to go and support Aspire Wrestling Alliance, go over to their Facebook page. £5 will get you one show. £8 will get you both shows in a month, and there's usually 2 in the month as well. So go and see it. Family friendly, really good fun, and obviously there's free pictures in the ring with a selected wrestler at half time as well, which is always really cool. If you've never been in a wrestling ring, it's the most weird experience ever. It's like walking onto a football pitch at Wembley. The first time I did it, I was shaking, and it was phenomenal. I've always been a wrestling fan, and that feeling is just second to none. You won't get that in a WWE event, and you'll pay 10 times more for a WWE event. So go and support your local show. Yeah, so that's Aspire Wrestling Alliance from the 29th of September 2019 at the Sinfin Community Centre in Sinfin, Derby. I'm going to take you to the outro now and do all of my cheap pops. And so that is everything that happened at the Aspire Wrestling Alliance show in Sinfin, at the Sinfin Community Centre in Derby on the 29th of September 2019. We saw a brand new contender take the champion to the limit. We saw a massive size differential cut down by an anonymous attacker, and we also saw a fitness system which I believe everyone can get behind from Sean O'Shea. It was a really good show, drove storylines forward going into the next show, and going into October into into St Martin's Church and Kirk Hallam as well. But if you've enjoyed this show, go and see Aspire. You will enjoy watching the show even more than watching me tell you about the show. So why not go and watch the show and then watch me tell you about the show, because it would be well worth your time. Usually on a Sunday or a Saturday night, so you can do it. Most people will be able to do that, so it's reasonably it's doable. So go and see those shows. Obviously Hope Future as well, and House of Pain form the trifecta in the sort of East Midlands area that I know of, and obviously main Hope shows as well. But this one was the Spy Wrestling Alliance, fantastic show. And if you've enjoyed our show, our review of that Aspire Wrestling Alliance show, show us some love by subscribing, clicking the like button and ringing that notification bell to know when we upload new content to the channel. Don't forget to go over to Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Not that you could forget, because it keeps scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So if you're paying attention, you would know all these things anyway. But we love you, Cheap Shot Nation. And go over to the blogspot as well. There's a link there to the t-shirt shop. There's also a link to the t-shirt shop, should be coming up in a card here, I think. Yeah, so click on that link, show your support for the channel, and reasonably priced t-shirts, $13.99 plus shipping, and get yourself a t-shirt to show your love for the Cheap Shot Nation. Once again, I have been your host, Luke. You have been the Cheap Shot Nation. We love that you watch us consistently, and where we've been from the last year, where we've gotten to this year, and we hope to continue building with your help in the future. So, you are the Cheap Shot Nation, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.